I'm going to make sure this time that I'm definitely on air. And I just want to say thank you to Donna for being such a star in the background. I was using a new laptop earlier and I'd connected on time, having the most incredible conversation all by myself. And for some reason, apparently, it did not actually connect to our radio station. I do apologize for the late start just now, but I'm back and you can't get rid of me. So welcome back. I'm Arthie Moore, Compassionate Leader of Influence, and I'm excited to be talking to you again. And I get to engage with my amazing audience, and I just love connecting with all of you. I especially love the topics that we have as a radio station. Now, one of the incredible things is that this is our season 3, and I'm on episode 2, talking to you about how intentional focus can powerfully impact your workday. Now, what's wonderful is that we have show notes. Every single one of our hosts take the time out to create show notes, especially for you, and we put it onto our ibgr.network website. Please go there and go and explore our website. There's so much to engage with, so many different incredible hosts from around the world who are on this platform. We're a 24/7 radio station, and what's incredible about that is that every single hour there is content on our platform. And all you got to do is go to ibgr.network and go and listen in at any time of the day, because across every time zone, we have you covered with incredible content to help you to build your business, grow your business, or even exit your business. And when we look at all of the various topics, we can see that it's practical. It's coming from our experiences that we get to talk into about what worked for us, what didn't work for us, and why we should get rid of things and stuff that, sometimes we overthink things in life. And I just find that listening to different people's wisdom and their expertise allows us to engage more meaningfully in our own business. Now, as an entrepreneur, you're never alone, because IBGR.network has got a host. They've got amazing on-air talent, and I loved that. Every single time Bill or Donna spoke about on-air talent, it always made me feel so good inside, because it means that they found quality people who are giving you quality insights, the do's, the don'ts, the successes and the failures, things that have helped them to grow, things that have helped them to succeed. But they also, every single host is talking about their personal stories and their insights within business. I love that. I love that because it means that we listen to real life stories. So it's not somebody regurgitating a motivational speech to you and hoping that you would work out what you need to do in your business. They're not doing that. This platform is giving us ideas of what we can do differently, and I appreciate that. And when I look at my topic of how do you intentionally focus so that you can powerfully impact your workday? I mean, when you think about it, what is the whole point of your workday? It's not just to be productive. It is to be productive with an intentional focus that allows you to achieve something. So if you looked at your vision and you looked at your why and you looked at all of the areas that you were wanting to achieve in your business, and you've got this business plan, you know what your purpose is, or some of you are still finding that, and that's okay. But when you look at it, what is the whole point of business? It's not just to be productive. We all want that. It should be an imperative and it should be a given. But then when we say you need to powerfully impact your workday, you look at the fact that, and this is something that Donna actually put in that I wanted to keep as part of the show. She wrote that research into peak performance shows that people can produce up to 95% of their abilities with short bursts, and they can maintain 85% forever. Focus on making the roles challenging enough that people need to give 85% every day. So I love that because, I mean, that talks into so many areas that we need to identify. And I think that in order to help people maintain 85% on a daily basis, we can look at different patterns. So what can we do? We can identify patterns of behavior that reduces capacity for high performance and sustainable productivity. So what are some of those behaviors and what are some of those patterns? You need to identify them. Look at where your teams or even yourself are falling behind. Do you procrastinate? Do you learn from, do you actually keep thinking, rethinking, and overthinking anything that you want to do and achieve, and you've planned it so much you've never put it into action? So then that's not very, very effective for your workday. That's a waste of a day. So what can you do differently? Well, I think the simplicity of it would be to learn strategies to overcome procrastination. Learn how to improve your time management and manage distractions. Increase your workplace engagement and self-motivation. Identify strategies to increase wellness and manage stress. Now, I know I've given you quite a few things right now, but what is imperative in understanding with all of the things that I'm talking to you is it's available in the show notes. Now I'll be uploading it later and you will be able to go online and access my show notes. But more than that, you get to access the show notes of all of our different hosts. And I had the pleasure of listening to Moore-Robberts earlier, and he had such amazing stuff to talk about when he was talking about your personal branding. I learned so much from him. I learned from Tina and from Sadia and all of our different hosts from around the world when I can catch them. And I think it's intriguing because I get to learn strategies from them. Things that I've read about, listened to, and I've attended numerous conferences around the world. And, I've listened to a number of people. And yet, at some point, I realized I'm not implementing the stuff. So if I was intentional and I wrote down what I want to achieve for the day and I prioritized it, and then if I started to put it into action, there's the key. How do I become a high performer and how do I sustain productivity? Well, do this continuously every single day until it becomes a habit. So becoming intentional means that I need to form habits that sink in and become second nature in my everyday environment, which means that when I interact with clients, they all know for a fact, and they know they can depend on me for this, that if they ask me to do anything for them or they ask for my help, they know that I will always respond immediately to them. And that is about respecting communication and respecting the people that I'm with. That is how I do not procrastinate. So when you're talking about how do you improve time management and manage distractions, I will only go and take a look at my social media when I have finished what is imperative for me. So that's being intentional in focusing so that at the end of the day, I can I can step down, switch everything off, and feel good about myself that I've been productive. Now I love that. And I thought, something that would add value to you while you're listening in is I was reading an excerpt from John Maxwell's book, How Successful People Grow, 15 Ways to Get Ahead in Life. And there were a few pages that stood out for me, but I thought I would read for you just a few lines. How do you do you know when you're supposed to improve? Do you know why you want to keep improving? And I couldn't understand what do you mean by that. So he writes, knowing what to improve and how to improve are critical to consistency in personal growth, but so is knowing why. The how and the what will only take you so far. The why is what keeps you motivated long after the first rush of energy and enthusiasm wears off, can carry you through when willpower isn't enough. Think of it as why power. So why would you want to intentionally focus on your day? Why do you want your business to succeed? Why do you want to be known as a quality company that gives quality service and retains quality customers? Why would you do that? Because at the end of the day, it's a reflection on your ability to serve quality all the time. And that is where your reputation is built, where it grows and it will remain. Another area within the book was how do you embrace daily discipline? You look at how you set goals, and he's got two different ways of setting goals. One, he talks about goal consciousness is where you focus on a destination. It motivates you and others. It's seasonal. It challenges you and stops when a goal is reached. And then how do you use growth consciousness? It focuses on the journey. It matures you and others. It's lifelong. It changes you and it keeps you growing beyond the goal. Now, I thought that was intriguing because there are so many nuances within that of just setting goals compared to your growth plan. So, your goal plan and your growth plan. Two areas to think about that would be stunning to delve into. So before I take my break, there is another book I thought would be stunning, and that is by Joanne Baker, Joanne Hessian, a stunning friend of ours from Ireland. And they wrote, "Don't get a job, build a business." I think it's an imperative if you are a business owner to get this book because there's incredible ideas within here that's all practical. Now, she talks about the why of delegation. Now, delegation allows you to focus intentionally on the things that you want to achieve in the day by delegating effectively to your staff, to your people, to your team, all of the things that are not important for you to do, but is an imperative. And you upskill your people so that they're able to engage meaningfully. She says that more can be achieved, deadlines are easier to meet. Now, doesn't that just talk into how we can stop wasting time? Says employees become more involved and committed. Now we're talking into self-motivation. Employees grow and develop. That's self-development. People are better utilized and there's greater productivity. Now there's so much to think about, but before we do that, we're going to take a short 2 to 3 minute break. And when we return, we're going to be talking about what needs to be implemented. Now I'm excited about this and I cannot wait to delve into that again. See you guys just now.